a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything, at least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
Well, I guess that answers the question whether or not they want him throwing it again right away after throwing the pick 6 on the previous drive.
Yeah, not something conservative or underneath. Pretty big shot right there.
Get him right back in the saddle and said, go ahead and sling it, big guy.
He's going to let this one go deep. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. A big-time play there for the Texans. 46 yards. They go play action here on first down. His throw caught at about the 5. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. A really good pickup of 28 yards. QT, Charles, he didn't make his debut this year until week 4. Busted out with 11 catches in that win over Indianapolis. And now you got Will Fuller. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. Bruce Irvin. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. Now it's Watson. Forced out to his left. And he'll just chuck this one up into row G. It's incomplete.
Well, to say that this has not been his game is probably a big understatement. I mean, he is all over the place. Mechanics are off, not accurate, except if you're playing on defense, because they picked off a good number of passes.
Yeah, all the INTs, but they're throwing it off his back foot. Pressure coming, just chucking it downfield. He can't do that right now.
No, you can't do that at all. And I think one of the hardest things for a guy having a day like this one is to find a way to just kind of get out of it, kind of get yourself back to neutral. Because what you try and do is make even more spectacular plays to make up for it, and it usually leads to more bad ones.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. The offense stays out there. A big challenge here from this far back, but they're going for it on 4th and goal. They will indeed snap it to Watson. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. DeAndre Hopkins, a 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Texans cut into that lead. Big 4th down conversion for the score, and the defense, that is a tough pill to swallow.
Big time for them. How about them just deciding to go for it on 4th down? And, okay, forget the field goal, because that looked like an easy 3 points. Yeah, you might have had a defensive breakdown in there, but they pressed the issue and found a way to get it into the end zone. Give them big credit for that.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Well, the Atlanta Falcons, their offense takes the field again, and the story for them this year, if you had to sum it up in one word, I think you would agree, it's been injuries in 2018. This is not the year they expected to have.
And it really happened on both sides of the ball, but it happened bigger on the defensive side of the ball. Keanu Neal, their free safety. Ricardo Allen, their strong safety. Deion Jones missed 10 games at middle linebacker. Flip it over to the offense. Devontae Freeman missed much of the season at running back. Both starting guards, Brandon Fusco and Andy Levitre, were both out. You're exactly right. Injuries were the name of the game for the Falcons in 2018. Hopefully they can get everyone back and move forward, because that's a dynamite team when they're all together.
On 2nd down, here's Ryan. He goes underneath to Freeman. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his legs.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Tuesday.
Throwing now, Ryan on first down. He's going to wind up and air it out. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Justin Reed. And he will bring this all the way up to the 30-yard line.
The good old cover 3 defense, partner. When you start playing football as a safety, that's the first thing you're taught. Middle of the field, be as deep as the deepest receiver in any zone, and break on the football when it's thrown and pick it off, just as we saw there.
Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10, right at the 30. They'll start out on the ground. It's Lamar Miller. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
75 yards receiving for him now. It's a 1st down.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a 1st down with a nice throw.
And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on at 2nd down. This secondary has been roasted in this 1st half, but they get a measure of revenge there. Nice play on the deep ball.
Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back, but that's one step in the proper direction.
And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10.
Come back.
To the air yet again, Watson. Flush to his right. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th. Watson looks to throw again. And that is going to be incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And this defense is going to get the football back near midfield, right at the 48. Here comes the Falcon offense now as they get set to take over here. Ryan will bring the Falcons up now, 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 48.
Hey, South! Gun!
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He's going to loft one deep left side here. So they took a shot on 1st down but couldn't connect.
I know exactly why he tried to throw the ball to Julio Jones there. He's never considered covered. He's either too fast or too strong. You always try and get it to him.
Especially on those deep passes. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
Gun! Hey, gun! Hey, white. Look out!
To throw again, Ryan. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. J.J. Watt. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. So the sack pushes him back, and now 3rd and long for Ryan and the Falcons.
Back 25! Gun!
Out of the gun, it's Ryan. Man open, that's Calvin Ridley. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A gain of 32 that time.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Yeah, and that was a safety that came through and made the play, but there's no doubt in my mind, he hits like a linebacker, and we see a lot of that in today's NFL, don't we?
And that time we do indeed a big hit for a loss.
20. We go.
Now Ryan on second down. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Reed. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line. Hey, we got a second here. Let's go back to Week 15 following the win over Green Bay for Chicago. Happiness rained down on the field. The Bears claiming the NFC North title, but one Bear took his celebration to an extreme. I know you saw this.
Yes, I certainly did. Charles Leno Jr., left tackle for the Chicago Bears, got down on a knee and proposed to his girlfriend Jennifer. So not only celebrating an NFC North title, but now his proposal accepted by Jennifer, who will now be Mrs. Jennifer Leno Jr.? No Jr.
No Jr. By the way, smart move because she's not going to say no in front of 60,000 people.
Well, I've seen it happen before. Not pretty, but not in this case.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Throwing on third down, Watson. Hopkins on the grab over the middle. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. They do get 9, but it leads to fourth down.
Come back. Tiger. Come back.
2 minutes to go here in the first half. We're back to Atlanta right after this timeout. And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on fourth down, and they're going to go for it. They're going for it. It's Watson. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off near the 34. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. Well, partner, league-wide, I think we're set up for a wild month of January. It seems like this season, more than others, we've had a number of teams that you maybe say, hey, they're the Super Bowl favorites. Kind of the Rams early, then it was the Chiefs. Patriots kept winning, and the Saints, and now, heck, maybe even the Texans or the Bears could claim that moniker.
Yeah, it's going to make for a wild month of January. And you just wonder right now, are we missing a team or two that's just a little bit outside the playoff hunt? Could they get hot and be those teams you don't want to play and carry that momentum all the way to the Super Bowl? Yes, I'm looking at the Indianapolis Colts as one of those teams.
And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll lead here to a third down.
Let's go. Hey, Red Lance. Gun.
From the shotgun, Ryan. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. J.J. Watt in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. This is fielded at the 7. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. And now out comes Houston. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something...
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Jack Crawford able to slump him from that defensive tackle spot for a loss of 5. To throw on second is Watson. Caught left side, Hopkins. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. On 1st and 10, Watson eluding the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete. I hate to sound really negative, but at this point, an incomplete pass, almost a moral victory that it's not picked off.
Well, you may hate to sound negative, but that was negative.
It was very negative, I know. But all these first-half interceptions, it's been tough to watch.
Yeah, couldn't find a silver lining in this one. Much more like lead.
Watson dancing to his left. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. Now Watson. Underneath for Miller. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. And now before they run this 4th down play, we're going to get a timeout, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. And they're going to go for this. Just 1 for 3 so far on 4th down tries. They're trying again.
Richmond.
They are going for it. Here's Watson. Going deep for Hopkins. And my goodness, another interception. Ricardo Allen with a pick. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10. Final play of the half. It's Ryan. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And this one is incomplete. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Falcons back to receive. They've got the lead, and they'll get this football as the second half gets underway. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll return this one all the way onto the other side of the field.
Partner, when I was in college, we used to have these things called game maxims that we did before every game. One of them said, press the kicking game. For here's where the breaks are made. It's the area of hidden yardage. How about that return? Flipping the field, taking it past the 50, and getting things set up to start the series.
Third quarter starts with a run by Freeman. There he goes inside the 30. The 20. Touchdown, Falcons. Devontae Freeman, 45 yards. And the Falcons will add on to their lead. Dan Quinn's told his offense, let's try and get 2 more. Here's Ryan to throw. And this is going to be caught. It's good. And that extends their lead by 2 more. Here's Bosher to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here's the Texans offense now, readying for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned. because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Escaping the pressure right. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Back 22. Back 22. Come back, come back. Tiger, tiger, tiger. Tiger, tiger, tiger.
Here's Watson now on 2nd down. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. Maybe not exactly what they had in mind, but that scramble good for 6 and a first down.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into his windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield, incomplete. Line of scrimmage again to 37 as they line up 2nd and 10.
Down. Black 22. Black 22. Richmond, Richmond. Come back, come back.
Throwing again is Watson. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Duke Riley not dropping into coverage. He comes on the blitz and takes him down for a loss of 9.
Richmond. Come back, come back.
3rd and long. It's Watson. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Fielded at the 20. That'll wind up being a 50-yard punt, though they do get 10 back on the return. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up this drive. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. And a nice carry there of 15 yards.
Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Jadeveon Clowney in there to get him for what will be a loss of 13 yards.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop it.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
Hey, Tuesday.
3rd and long. It's Ryan. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And what a return as he brings this all the way back down to the 20-yard line. They needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the third quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break. Taking the ball away, now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize.
And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Texans use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Bill O'Brien with a call here. We'll go for 2. A shotgun snap for Watson. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down just inside the 5-yard line.
Well, they tried to get 2 and ended up getting none because the quarterback had nowhere to go with the ball and ends up getting sacked.
Nowhere to go at all. Great job, though, defensively. They were ready. Fairbairn now to kick this one away. This is fielded at the goal line.
In just about every special teams meeting, there's a discussion with the punter about his importance. Why? He can flip the field for your team defensively, move it deep into their own territory, or if you're backed up on offense, and he can hit a big punt and change field position and help his defense. In this case, though, field position got flipped by the return team. You can do it so many different ways on special teams.
54, South! Check, 55 to Mike. Check, 55 to Mike. In the weight room, 21.
They'll try to get the ground game going with Freeman. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That good for 22 and a first down. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
Freeman again, a first down carry. And he's going to get this one down inside the 15. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. On second down, Freeman. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give them a new set of downs.
It's nice every now and then in this game not to see people overthink it. Just hand it to the old reliable guy. Let him pick up the first down.
Left. 39. 21. Ready to go.
Now Ryan going to give it to Freeman. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Devontae Freeman with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Falcons will extend their lead. Bryant tacks on the extra point, and the lead is up to 18 now. Here's Bosher to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And here comes the Texans now. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Back to throw. Watson is going to go for a big play downfield. So they took a shot on first down, but couldn't connect.
And attempted a deep ball there. They didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage.
Black 22. Black 22. Come back, come back.
Back to the air. Watson on second down. Flushed out right. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Watson on third down. He's going to look deep down the field. And a shot taken on third down, unsuccessful. Fourth down now.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Play action for Miller. Now Watson. He'll buy some time right. Able to fight through one tackle. His throw incomplete. The Pro Bowler DeAndre Hopkins, the intended receiver. And now it's 2nd down. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
And his throw's going to be incomplete.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete.
Reset. Richmond. Come back.
Watson now to throw on third down. Going deep for Hopkins. And that one incomplete. Had some position but couldn't hold on, and it brings up 4th down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Desperation time. Watson on 4th down. Flush to his right. He finds his target, Fuller. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. And now a timeout defensively by the Falcons. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Again, it's Watson. And this is caught at the 8. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. A really nice gain of 25 yards. They'll try to punch it in with Miller. And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. Lamar Miller taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Texans get a bit closer. And Charles, he's able to dive in there in a short yardage situation.
Just find a place to get to the end zone. Didn't matter where it was, but once he did, used his nose for the end zone and dove in.
Reset. Tiger.
To throw is Watson. Being chased out left. And he's got it for the 2-point conversion. So they tack on a pair more here to narrow that deficit a bit further. Fairbairn now to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Falcons as their offense heads back onto the field. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3-and-out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
And he'll get this one up to the 26. Andre Howell, the one to bring him down.
Well, partner, Marvin, our #1 stats guy, just handed me a little card that says he has 97 yards on the ground today. You think he's going to get the ball again?
I think so. 3 away from that century mark. Got to have it.
Yeah, and I think what they're going to call is one of his favorite runs, whatever he feels comfortable with, and what the offensive line has executed well today to try and get him over 100 yards.
And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
On 3rd down, Ryan. And that is incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
Here's Matt Bosher now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Pulled in at the 24. So possession goes over here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. And now out comes Houston. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. A good pickup there, 26 yards. And at this stage, down in the 2nd half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
Richmond.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
Watson now to throw. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Keanu Neal. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6 interceptions that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it. But it just tells you about the game of football. It giveth and it taketh away.
Yeah, the guys, though, that have thrown 6 interceptions in a game, the likes of Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, I think Joe Namath, he did it 3 times. Well, they don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this. 2nd and long, but you got to figure this almost certainly another run.
Right. 21.
Now the pitch to Freeman. And he's going to lose yardage back to his own 1-yard line. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. The Falcons on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. And what is going on here? I've got third down. Screen shows third down, but they've got the punt team out there. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick.
All right, zero rooting interest in it, but that one hurt.
Well, yeah, you're losing in the fourth quarter. A bad time for a fumble on a punt return.
They had an opportunity. All right, they were sensing. They're down on the scoreboard, and now they just gave that one up.
Hey, express! Gun!
Ryan wants to throw it. Looking deep for who? Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. Touchdown, Falcons. Julio Jones. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Falcons will add on to their lead. Now Ryan leading the Falcons up to go for 2.
Gun! 21!
They'll try and run with Freeman. And he is not going to get in there. He stopped short of the goal line, and the lead is going to stay right where it is. Here's Bosher to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And an excellent return there as he's up to the 35, make it the 40-yard line.
There's no downplaying that we all knew that this was a critical possession, and to get a return like that to start things off, that's the spark that they needed. That's the spark they were looking for.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10.
Richmond! Tiger!
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40.
Come back!
Now we'll play fake, and it's Watson. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack.
So if we recount real quick, he had the touchdown earlier, and now he comes up with the sack here. No doubt about it, he's having himself a game.
Gonna need something special here on 3rd and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal? And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside.
Reset!
Out of the gun, Watson. And an alley to run. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a 4th down.
I thought he did a pretty good job there to get back what he could, but let's face it, that sack on 2nd down, talk about throwing a wrench into the works. It certainly did.
Yeah, he did everything he could there trying to pick up some positive yardage, and he did, but not enough. Charles, we saw a lot of points go up in this one. Certainly defensively, stuff that they can look at on film, don't you think?
No doubt about it, and they've got to go back and check where the errors are, how they're going to fix them, and continue to get better at what they do. But they also need a little adjustment with their confidence. To give up that many points, even if you win a game, that can hurt you.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. It's a win for the Falcons here as we say so long from Atlanta.
No new friends, no new friends. Football fans, they sleep again. They sleep. We wake them up, the champs is in. Champion, we want back ins, back in. Wipe my sins, wipe it. They can't win, No new friends, no new friends. Football fans, they sleep again. They sleep. We wake them up, the champs is in. Yeah. Wake up, the cake up, raise up, or make us do something. We don't want to bite down on you right now, on you. Juke to the left, they dodging it. Can't play the role, you fraudulent. Waiting on the right for the stars in it. 4x4 double parking it. Wanna play like cars in it. Wear the right flag, they forfeiting it. Now I got a ring too gorgeous. Damn, I gotta treat it like forges. It sound like home when I scratch it. Try to take the ring, I'ma tackle you. I guess I'm a Super Bowl bachelor. Go hard in the gym, no cameras. I think I see blood, no Dracula. I'm an animal, eating up amateurs. Too active, y'all can't handle it. No taxing, we'll dismantle it. Shake up the building and ramble it. Shut up the critics and analysts. Come through dripping, I'ma set it off. Game after game, you can bet it off. Quarterback got range if you block them all. Quarterback did an option and set it off. Duck goose linebacker coming through. Yeah, hit him with his man on the Jew. Yeah, we gon' blow your block like a new. Yeah, and I spend a dime every two. We gon' lock down on the offense. Bust down the skeleton fossil. I'm not addressing the problem. Julio on the post, you can't stop him. Pick it up, running back, it's no problem. I'm running behind the block, they gon' block him. Quavo Yoda, I'm offset Chewbacca. Watch the blitz on the left, we gon' block him. We some animal, yeah, we some goblin. Man to man, we gon' cover you properly. Man to man, you can't beat me impossibly. Red zone, this my highlight.
This is the NFL on EA Sports, and we are in the Pacific Northwest at CenturyLink Field in Seattle, Washington. This crowd, as we've come to expect in recent years, as loud as any in the NFL, and they get even louder when their Seahawks are introduced. We're ready for football as the Seahawks get set to do battle with Matt Ryan and the Atlanta Falcons. Here's Bosher to kick it away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. He's got the tight end, Vanette. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Now, the old pass completion for no gain, not something you want to call up out of the playbook too often.
Yeah, most offensive coordinators don't have that on their play sheet, so they've got to go back and scramble after this one. But right now, with what they're telling receivers about making sure you take care of the ball in open field, sometimes the fighting for extra yardage doesn't come as a result. That and good tackling can lead to no yards gained.
Now Wilson on first down. Steps away to his left. He's got a man on the crossing route. That's Moore. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Now that's one they hate. The ball's got to come all the way back.
So that's an explosive play, a really explosive play that gets wiped out, and they have to start over after the penalty.
So the illegal forward pass also costs him a down, and now it's 2nd and long. Now it's Wilson. And an alley to run. And he slides to avoid the hit. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down.
You know, I don't think this is the last time we'll see that in this game. This guy has mobility, and they want to use his legs in the game plan. So there'll be designed runs as well as he scrambles.
Throwing the out route and complete. It's Baldwin. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on 4th. They go play action here on first down. Rolling to his right. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down. He'd had some success as a runner previously on this drive, just not as much space there that time.
Yeah, this time when he pulled it down, they were ready for him, so I think he's going to have to fling a few in order to open up that running lane again.
From midfield now, here's Wilson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Vic Beasley in there to get him for what will be a loss of 13 yards.
Hey, over here, over here.
3rd and long, it's Wilson. Eluding the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go. And this will be caught at the 30. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. So the big play has them all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. They'll throw on first down with Wilson. A dump off for Davis. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. 5 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
I'm not sure that this play was designed for him specifically, but they got through the progressions and got the ball to him. So, 2nd catch on the drive. He may not be a primary guy, but they definitely...
And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. And look who, the former Seahawk first-round pick, Bruce Irvin, able to collapse the pocket and drop him for a loss of a yard.
Go, 14.
On 3rd down, Wilson. Escaping the pressure right. This is caught. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
19.
Here's Wilson to throw. Flushed out right. And he'll just throw this one over in the way of the security crew. Incomplete here.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry. Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of, otherwise he was going to get sacked.
On 2nd down, Wilson buying time to his left. And he's going to score. It's a Seahawk touchdown. Russell Wilson keeping it himself from a yard out. And the Seahawks take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. Sebastian Janikowski on for the PAT. Janikowski good with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Out to kick is Janikowski. That's fielded in the end zone. Look at him go. Now Matt Bryant on for the point after. Bryant's extra point up and good. Alongside Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, it's the Falcons in possession to begin quarter number 2. As we'll see one following the score on the final play before break. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27.
Well, Charles, the Seattle Seahawks, they were 8-5 going into a Week 15 game against the 49ers, a team that they had beaten 10 straight times, and then they lose that game surprisingly 26-23. And as they tried to carry momentum toward the playoffs, I was surprised at that outcome.
I was beyond surprised. I thought that game was pretty much a lock because the momentum Seattle was bringing in, the level of play that they were bringing, and they're taking on a team in San Francisco who's on their third quarterback. Although that young man, Nick Mullins, has acquitted himself quite well. But now, Seattle's got to sweat it out a little bit. The last couple weeks of the season, trying to get one of the 2 remaining wildcard spots, they've got Kansas City in a primetime game before they end up in their last game of the season. So look out for Seattle, but at the same time, they've got some work to do.
They give them 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. Pressure comes and Wilson's going to go down. Grady Jarrett never giving up. He's able to keep working and get him for a loss of 12. On second down, here's Wilson. Flush to his right. And the pressure gets to him again. Vic Beasley in there to get him his second sack now of the afternoon.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this third and long play as we'll get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. He lets it fly for Lockett. And this is taken in at the 5. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. That little arc on it, he's got to find a way to get his head around and make a play in football.
Eluding the pressure right. And he's just going to throw this one out of bounds here. Nowhere to go with it, incomplete.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. Now Wilson on second down. And it's a Seattle Seahawks touchdown. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. I can get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
Janikowski on for the extra point. Janikowski adds the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. Out to kick is Janikowski. Ryan and the Falcons now come up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowl safety Cam Chancellor. And he's going to score. It's a Seahawk touchdown.
That was an interception, but on the field, the guys who are picking it off, they're not saying that. What word are they using? It's Oski. And that means catch the ball and go the other way.
That's your vernacular. I've never heard anybody say Oski.
Ask around. They'll tell you.
The defense more than did its job. Now the offense is summoned onto the field as they'll go for 2. After the interception, here's Wilson.
I know they didn't tack on the 2 points, but I liked their attempt. After the interception return for a touchdown, I was thinking to myself, forget kicking it, go for 2, and they did.
Well, yeah, and everybody's scrambling. Maybe you catch the defense on their heels. They weren't ready to be out there.
Yeah, it's almost like a sudden change, right? There's a turnover, you take it away, they stuck it in the end zone, keep the momentum going. Give credit to the defensive guys for rallying and stopping that 2-point attempt.
So out come the Falcons now. And they gave up the pick 6, and now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go-around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up, but you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful, because those defensive guys, I know the reputation defense guys can't catch. All evidence to the contrary on that last possession, though.
On 2nd down, here's Ryan. Escaping the pressure right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. So the sack pushes him back, and now 3rd and long for Ryan and the Falcons. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. Back to CenturyLink Field after this. So the sack pushes him back, and now 3rd and long for Ryan and the Falcons. Ryan on the handoff. It's Freeman. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 11, he goes down. Losing 4 yards that time, and now it's 4th down. On 4th down, here's Matt Bosher on the punt. Back deep, the dangerous Tyler Lockett. And now the Seahawks are going to call another timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So on 4th down, the Falcons will call on Matt Bosher to punt it away. Returnable for Lockett. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15, and it'll be Seahawk football 1st and 10. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field.
And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Looking left side, that's caught by Moore. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. Flushed out right. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete.
NFL quarterbacks work so hard on their mechanics, and they do so much repetition and practice, off-season, the whole deal. They expect it to be autopilot once the game starts. That way it eliminates any type of pressure of the game, pressure of people in your face, all of that. That didn't shine through on that throw, though, did it?
No. A little bit of a dangerous pass and off target, too. Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. So now 3rd and 10. They had the big play to start the drive, but 2 incompletions since.
14.
On 3rd down, Wilson.
First down, but a clutch hit right there defensively. Jars it free. No first down.
The offense staying out there. They look prepared to go here on 4th and 10.
On the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
That is caught inside the 5. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he's got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
They'll try to punch it in with Davis. And he is not going to get through here on try number 1. They stop him at the goal line. Call it no gain, and it's going to be 2nd and goal. Here's Wilson looking to throw on 2nd down. Forced out to his left. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd. They've been stopped twice at the 1. Can they finally break through on 3rd and goal?
19. Fair.
From the shotgun, Wilson. There's Baldwin. Touchdown, Seattle. Doug Baldwin as the first half is winding down. And the Seahawks add on to their lead.
Heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that could finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. They'll try and run for it. Option left. And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more. Out to kick is Janikowski. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Falcons offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
The drive will start with a carry by Devontae Freeman. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Final play of the half. It's Ryan. He's going to air one out. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And an alley to run. Time is now run out on this first half of action. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. And here now come the Falcons. Ryan will bring the Falcons up now 1st and 10 at their own 22. They begin the drive with Coleman. And he'll lose yardage here back to the 15. He lost 6 there on the first down play.
But if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
On 2nd down, Ryan. Flush to his right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
Now, the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
And this one will be taken up. They'll spot it right at the 7. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up 4th down.
As much as I praise teams for being true to who they are, in this situation, I wonder if maybe they outguessed themselves a little bit. 3rd down, seemed like an obvious passing situation. They chose to run it, and then getting real close to the 1st down.
It takes a touchdown-saving tackle to bring him down as he goes 32 yards on the return. And the Seahawks will have great field position to start this drive. They take over on the short side of the field. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. It was Desmond Trufant right there, step for step in coverage.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock down hybrid players, guys who could do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Grady Jarrett in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. Ryan and the Falcons now come up 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line. And the drive starts with a handoff to Coleman. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
When you're putting together a formula for winning defense, it's exactly what we're seeing in this game. Controlling the line of scrimmage, attacking, and changing everything so that now they're playing in the offense's backfield. They're playing an excellent game.
He completes it to Julio Jones. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. A good pickup there of 20 yards. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. Shaquille Griffin in on the stop defensively.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got to just pin their ears back and get after him now.
Hey, wait. Gun.
Now Ryan on 2nd down. He's going to float this over the middle deep. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Defensively, that's Earl Thomas, the all-pro safety, knocking it free. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to him.
Now Ryan. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Looks like another empty possession here, partner. And I don't think with 3 scores down in the 3rd quarter, they can truly afford any more the rest of the way.
No, especially the way their offense is sputtering. I think you're exactly right. They got to find some answers quickly. The punter Bosher on now as he gets this one away. Back now in Seattle, Washington. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Play action. Now Wilson. There's that man again. It's complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pickup there, 26 yards. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. They go play action with Wilson. Trying to lay one up deep. And this is caught at the 20.
And he takes this thing way down into Atlanta territory. It's a big hook up there. Wilson to Baldwin. 42 yards. Off the play fake. Here's Wilson. Eluding the pressure right. There's Baldwin. Touchdown, Seattle. Doug Baldwin, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead. So now a two-point conversion attempt coming for Wilson and the Seahawks. Throwing again here, Wilson. And this is caught on the left side, Jerron Brown. And he'll get into the end zone as the two-point conversion is successful. Out to kick is Janikowski. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut it. All right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. A handoff, Devontae Freeman. And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And just like that, it's 3rd down. From the gun, it's Ryan. Throw right side, caught by Ridley. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. First target, first catch, and a first down. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now, because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
He goes underneath to Freeman. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Time for a break. We'll come back and wrap up garbage time after this.
Right. Coming for you, son. Gun. Shit.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Ryan. Escaping the pressure right. He's going to let it fly. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Trey Flowers picks it. And a terrific return as he'll take it up past the 35.
Okay, it's real simple to say from here, but we know that sometimes as a quarterback, you've got to know when to say when and just throw it away. Flushed out to the right, tries to make something out of nothing here, and he winds up floating one downfield that gets intercepted.
Wilson wants to throw it. He's got the tight end, Vanette. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive. From midfield now, here's Wilson. Flushed out right. And it's incomplete. Tyler Lockett was the target there. And it's 2nd down.
They tried to make something happen, but that one came up incomplete and really wasn't a good-looking throw.
Yeah, maybe even go as far as to call that a little ill-advised.
Yeah, I would say so. I think that's the right phrase for it. Definitely ill-advised. Just wonder about his mechanics right now, you know, and that's the tough part. You do so much stuff in practice to make it repetitive, but it has to repeat under pressure, whether it's pressure from the defense or just the pressure of playing the game.
Dancing, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
3rd and long. It's Wilson. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Vic Beasley able to disrupt yet another pass play, his 3rd sack of the afternoon. Now here's Michael Dixon. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. Now the Falcons offense, they get ready to head back out here. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in a game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Now it's Ryan. And a big loss here as he's taken down. And one of the whistles for a timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. So the sack pushes him back, and now 3rd and long for Ryan and the Falcons. From the shotgun, Ryan. Now the pressure comes, and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9.
Well, this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say. When you have obvious passing situations, hard to vary it up and fool a defense.
And you hate those situations if you're an O-lineman, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you just know they're coming, and you never know exactly how. They can be exotic in their blitzes, or their athletic ability just takes over.
And, Charles, you know what coaches always tell us. We want to win our home games. That much we know. We want to protect our home turf. They got that done in this one.
Exactly right. When you start a season, everyone's goal, win all of your home games, split your road games, and you're likely going to be in the playoffs. But when you win at home, boy, what a great feeling that is. You don't even mind if people are at your house when you get home after a win like that.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gunn. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. It's a win for the Seahawks here as we say so long from Seattle.